Sunday will be the Chiefs' first divisional home game when the Denver Broncos come to town. The last time this AFC West foe got the better of Kansas City was back in October of 2023 in the Mile High City. The win snapped a 15-game win streak Kansas City held over Denver. We talk Week 10 now. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Thursday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. Kansas City welcomes the Broncos to town, who are on the hunt for their first win over the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium since 2016. They've gone 0-8 in KC since the departure of Peyton Manning, and they look to get back-to-back wins over the back-to-back champs. Let's dive in and discuss, but first, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. As Thursday practice gets underway over at the Chiefs training facility, the local media got to check in with the coordinators, but I got a few notes for you off the top before we get to those presser clips. Yesterday, 2 players did not practice and 3 were limited. Turk Wharton and Juju Smith-Schuster were sidelined as expected and reported by head coach Andy Reid. Now, wide receiver McCole Hardman, running back Kareem Hunt, and defensive end George Karlaftis were all limited. Hardman was listed with a shoulder/knee injury, most likely the shoulder that held him out of Monday's game for a short little period after his long return. The receiver did, however, return and finish the game. Now for Hunt, he's listed as limited with a quad injury. Karlaftis is listed with an abdomen injury. The defensive end was banged up during Monday's game, but he did return and finish the entire game. Here is an updated list from today's practice. Again, no Turk Wharton or Juju Smith-Schuster. All right, a few roster changes came out yesterday as we reported, but no other transactions have been made since then. Charles Goldman tweeted out that no new additions to the 53-man roster yet, which likely means the Chiefs will roll with 52 players, plus a practice squad elevation this week. Linebacker Cole Christensen rejoined the team on the practice squad, and running back Amani Bailey was released to make room. All right, with that, we are going to get back to the podium to check in with the team. We kick it off with the coordinators. You know the drill on Thursday. Special teams coordinator Dave Toub, followed by defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo and offensive coordinator Matt Nagy.
With the kickoff stuff, still the average yard starts right around 29-30, so there's no benefit either way. I don't think. You got to pick your spots. Obviously, we didn't pick a good spot last week, but you got to pick your spots to kick it to them. I still think that's holding true right now. It hasn't really changed midway through the season, and we see what we're getting now. I don't think there's going to be any surprises now. From this point on, that's what I'm saying. By now we've seen what everybody's doing. We've seen unbalanced. We've seen balanced looks. We've seen all kinds of crazy kicks. The thing that I thought, to be honest with you, I thought that there would be more of would be trying to spike the ball through the zone to get it out of the back of the end zone. But the returners are so good with 2 returners back there, you can't do that as much as I thought you'd be able to. Bucker did it in the last week. He got one in there, but it's hard to do. And the problem is if they get the ball in their hand when you try to spike it and they get it quickly, they're going to get the ball at least to the 30, and that's the problem. So
what Coach Reid has built here through Brett Veach and everybody that we have, you could list all the names, right? And the continuity of having a lot of the same people together, from myself to assistant coaches, I think that's huge. I think that goes unnoticed, and I think that's as important as anything. When are we going to get one that's not so good? Boy, for a rookie. He has a command. I went back and watched the first game he played in, and I thought Sean had him doing things that, sometimes you say, do you have a rookie do it in the first game that he plays? But yet there he is doing it. And I just think he's gotten better every week. He looks more comfortable. You guys see it. It's another athletic quarterback, and I think those guys are always headaches because there's certain things you can and can't do. Because you're afraid that he's going to make you look bad with his feet. He can do that, and I think he's getting. Listen, the guy can throw the football. There's no doubt about that. They get themselves a good one. You don't want any one position to get dinged like that, and that's as important a position as there is in football, in my opinion. So the next guy's got to step in there. Josh did it last week. We'll see where Nagy is at the end of the week. Keith Taylor's been. He's another guy that we may have to get in there, and we got to mix and match them somehow. Try to keep the other guys healthy because we can't afford another injury back there.
Probably just staying ahead of the sticks for second down, and it always goes to that. That's kind of the common sense answer. But then also, there's been some stuff with Pat using his legs. Conceptually, if something's not there, I think he does a good job of eyes down, and then how can I make something happen with my feet, and then almost like you see, whether it's first, second, third down, he also now entices the defense. They got to stop him, and now he does a good job of still kind of playing that go, throw, or go type deal with the line of scrimmage, where you either go and run, you throw it, or all of a sudden they think you're going to do that, and then he runs and gets a first down. So it's a combination of all of that, but I'll go back to the start, first and second down, staying ahead of the sticks, and then eliminating penalties. I think it's something for him as far as like the run. You notice the last several weeks, the run game has really been, I mean, we've been running the ball a lot. I feel like there's a little bit of an identity that's being created here as we get to the middle of the season. Sometimes that identity happens instantly, a couple weeks in. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. I feel like maybe that's the case of not just for the offense, but for the team in general, of how we feel like we can win this year. And when you protect the football, you don't have turnovers, you don't have penalties on offense, and you score touchdowns like those 3 out of the last 4 drives we had last week. Football can be fun on offense, and you can score point, defense, etc. And I feel like we're really getting that identity. Probably the mentality that Coach Reed has, no matter who it is. I say this and I mean it. He doesn't care, and we don't care. Whoever's out there, we put it on us that we gotta stay together. We got to do what's best for the players, whoever it is. We believe in those guys. We hope they believe in us, and then let's go stay positive and make things happen. And guys have done that. They've been able to step in. Some guys have had prior history that we know with Juju and Kareem, but there's other guys too that are going to have to step up. But they feel the belief, and Coach Reed has the belief in his players and coaches. We all feel that, and it's something that just organically grows.
We got a few others step into the podium today as well. We got linebacker Nick Bolton and defensive tackle Chris Jones. Let us hear from them now.
Yeah, he's definitely improved since every game he's been in this league. I think they do a good job of mixing things up for him, especially on first down, kind of staying ahead of the sticks and kind of some movement passes, get him out the pocket, let him use his assets, what his strengths are. I think they're great. Good on the O-line's good as well, especially the interior guys. And they do a great job of creating push and keeping them clean, and he escapes out the backside and uses his speed. Yeah, I think it stops up front. I think Coach Spagnuolo gives us a great opportunity to kind of mix up fronts, give them different looks. We don't really sit in the same fronts and let them get a key on what we got or what the run schemes are going to be. We kind of mix it up, run some pressures, put Chris different places, and kind of causes confusion a little bit too. But yeah, I think that kind of all that stuff goes into having good run defense, and then obviously guys turn off blocks, and my DBs are making tackles when we need them to. That helps.
Similar to Josh Allen, I don't think he has like big play moments of Josh Allen, but he's very comparable in a lot of things he does in the scheme. They're running with him, whether it's getting him an open field, keeping the ball in his hands on certain downs and distance, and giving him the ability to play with instinct. So I think it's for us to prepare, making sure we're able to keep him in the pocket and get after him.
When in your career did you kind of begin to, they let you have the ability to do those things?
My Spags allowed me to.
When was that? Was there a moment where he's like, I get what you're doing?
Spags might beg to differ. I think it's a accountability thing between me and Spags. We have a lot of interpersonal meetings amongst us before the game and leading up to the game, and what I'm comfortable with, what he's comfortable with, and certain schemes and certain play callings, I'm able to exercise my rights and go outside or go inside, depending on what play or what formation they show. And sometimes I overdo it at times, It's like taking a blitz. It's like a calculated risk, right? I take a lot of calculated risk, so high reward or no reward. So it's a catch-22.
Sunday's also going to be a fun game for Chiefs Kingdom, as former KC QB Trent Green is going to be on the CBS broadcast providing color commentary. The former NFL quarterback has a 5-7 record as a starter against Denver during his time in Kansas City. All right, let's get to some social media posts that are trending about your Kansas City Chiefs. First up, Creed meets Creed. You might have seen the pictures floating around on Twitter on game day when the members of Creed, the band, met Creed, the center. Humphrey had his photo taken with Mark Tremonti and Scott Stapp, who also invited the Super Bowl champ to their show on Wednesday night. Now, Creed got to join the bandmates up on the stage during the show at T-Mobile Center. Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we will be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you on Friday.